Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Kay Cote, and I am your podcast host on the show today. And today we have Mark Seamann, CEO and founder of Staff Circle, joining us. We're going to learn all about his journey to business ownership, challenges, and best practices that he's learned along the way to give you an inside scoop to what it's like to own and operate a business. If this is your first time on our channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop episodes like this. Welcome to the show, Mark. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Kay. It's great to be here.
Wonderful. Well, let's dive in. Share a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Staff Circle.
Yeah, great. I've been kind of in business, I guess, for about 30 years. My first startup was, just about 30 years ago, software company. So I've kind of been a software engineer by trade, and then gradually moved into building my first business, building a product. And through building a product, very early stages of the sort of internet, launched a business, and eventually that was acquired and did it again. That one was acquired, did it again. That one was floated, and now I'm on my fourth startup, which is Staff Circle, which is kind of like a culmination of all of those businesses, really, and the learnings from all of those businesses put together. And so I've been lucky enough to kind of ride the wave of the internet, very early stages, and then later on cloud, and more recently AI. So it's been an exciting few decades for sure.
Well, that is cool. I'm excited to dive in. Share, what is Staff Circle? What makes it unique?
Yeah, well, Staff Circle, as I said, was a sort of culmination of an attempt by myself to fix problems that I'd come across scaling other businesses. And really what it is a tool to help organizations structure skills, career pathways, and learning management, but also performance as well. One of the things I found when I was building my other businesses was that performance and development are very inextricably linked. And if you want to get the best performance out of people, then three things really need to be in place to make them successful. One is to have good tooling so they can structure their day-to-day performance. So things like objectives and reviews and regular check-ins with their manager. So that's the performance part. The second thing is to have a really well-defined development framework. So employees know that they have options to move forwards inside the organization, what it's going to take for them to get from their current role to the next role, and what skills gaps they will have and where to fill those skills gaps. So that's the development part. And the third component is the engagement, which is making sure that every employee knows what the mission is, what the values are of the organization, and create a framework of open feedback across the organization. So it's those three things: performance, development, and engagement, which incorporates culture, connected together, we feel provides the best platform for success for employees in organizations of any size. And that's why you'll see in our logo, there's kind of like three interconnecting parts of our logo. And those are really representing the three pieces that I just talked about.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, thank you for breaking that down, especially like talking about those three things, the performance, the defined and developed framework, and the engagement. And so I'm excited to dive deeper into like who you are and what you do. And so my first question would be, if I were a client for you, a good fit for you, how would I know? Like, what would set me apart if I like walked into the room that I'd be a great fit for your company?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the organizations that we sort of focus on are SMB to mid-market. So we're not focused on the very large corporate enterprise space. We prefer to have growing customers that anything from maybe a few dozen employees up all the way up to a few thousand employees, and that's really where we sort of sit. And I think as an organization, we look for companies that want to progress their workforce, have very specific needs around sort of systemizing. They want to remove kind of waste and sort of manual systems, but also have kind of like a way forwards with their, strong values, strong culture, and want to basically make sure that every employee understands and can align with those things and wants to give each employee the right tooling to be able to succeed in their organization. So it's really about the values of the organization that we look for as well. And those are the ones that generally very successful.
Definitely. And I'm sure it takes a team to make this happen. I'd love to learn about your team and the culture you have at your company. How many team members are you at? And are you looking to grow your team? And what's the company culture like?
Yeah, so we're a remote team, so we're based in the UK, but we're distributed across the UK at the moment. We have in the management team, we have myself and we have a senior operations leader, Nikki. She's fantastic, and she's really sort of the right hand for the organisation, and then we have a number of line managers that drive employees, customer success. We have HR, we have sales and marketing, and obviously not forgetting the product team, which I actually run that team myself directly, which is basically design, development, testing, QA, and all those kind of things, making the product great and getting customer feedback regularly. And we have in total, I think now we're on about 24 people inside the organization. We are growing, and we will probably look to expand the back end of next year, to be honest with you, further as we build out our customers, not just in the UK, but also we're starting to get quite a few US customers as well, which is great. And so we are looking, eventually to expand.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. It sounds like a really solid team. And kind of looking at your leadership style with your team, how would you describe your leadership style as a business owner?
Yeah, I think, really open. I think we have quite a flat, we're not, a large company in terms of employees, so we have that benefit of that kind of really close working culture. We're very sort of open and flat, flat. Everybody can reach out to everybody if they need help, myself included. We have regular, check-ins with, we are a company that manufactures a tool to help organizations become better at structuring check-ins, one-to-ones, and those kind of things. So we like to try and drink our own champagne, as it were. So we, we have regular check-ins. We have very sort of close working, even though we're remote. We get together very regularly as a team and do fun stuff, and we have really, really sort of close working relationship, and obviously use Staff Circle to be able to pass information across what the team is doing. From a cultural perspective, like I say, very open. We are very much a say it as we see it type organization. And we have, I have a saying, like, if you're not making mistakes, you're not making enough decisions. So we really kind of respect the fact that we want to encourage people to take, calculated risks and, and really sort of try and push themselves forwards and experiment. And that's really how we were able to kind of stay at the front of the market, really, by really sort of pushing the envelope across the whole company. From a customer perspective, we've got an absolutely world-class customer success team. Generally, our customers really enjoy the experience of not just using the tool, but obviously interacting, and we're very sort of close with our customers. We speak to them a lot, and sometimes even, go out and, well, quite a lot. We go out and sort of meet them and talk to them about their aspirations and so on. So yeah, so we try and punch above our weight in terms of our company size, and we've got some quite large established organizations that use our products, and yeah, it's an exciting time to be at Staff Circle for sure.
Definitely, it sounds incredible. I'm really excited about it. And which actually brings me right to my next question. You mentioned you're growing, you're looking to expand. What do you see happening with the company for the next like 3 to 5 years?
Yeah. So I genuinely believe that we've developed the tooling that is actually fit for the new skills-based economy. So we see our organization expanding overseas, US and beyond, maybe APAC as well. And obviously, to help us do that, we're obviously looking, or eventually we'll be looking for a Series A round. We're currently late seed stage. And so we are looking to expand our organization, starting with the US, because we've got quite a number of US customers now, and that's the next logical step for us. And then further afield will be APAC, I think, as well. So we'll look to partner where we can't actually have people in situ in countries, and we'll use a partner network to expand as well. So we'll be working with closely with partners over the next couple of years. So as I say, I want to drive the company forwards. I believe in and our team believe in our mission. We have built an incredible product for organizations, small to medium-sized organizations, to help them grow and scale successfully, as I've been lucky enough to do in the past for my own businesses as well. So we want to help organizations to do that, and we believe that the product has a global appeal.
Definitely. Well, I'm so excited to hear about the expansions you're working towards. As we're kind of diving more into this interview, I'd love to kind of go through a fun Q&A, which is called our rapid fire questions. This is where I ask you 4 questions and you answer very top of mind. So are you ready for some rapid fire?
Okay, I'm quite nervous, but yeah, go for it. Go for it, Kay.
It's going to be great. First question is, what is a key to success for you?
The key to success is having happy employees, number one, and happy customers, number two. I think that for those two things are the two most important things I look for, and overall adding value to both of those groups of people.
Love that. Second question is, what is a piece of advice you have for other business owners?
Wow. There's so much. I think I think over the last 25, 30 years, I've made every mistake going, and been really close to losing businesses and having difficult times. And so I think the biggest thing that's carried me through is getting back up. I think getting back up, because business is never linear. You have a few businesses out there, the Googles, the Microsofts that just seem to just go vertical, and never take a sideways step. But I think most of us in business, have bad days, bad months, bad years sometimes, and we always say sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it's that ability to keep pushing forwards or getting back up when you've had a knock, I think, is the single most important thing that defines, for me at least, defines success, because it's tough, really tough, especially at the moment. I mean, I know everybody always says it's tough, but I think the last few years, and certainly in software, it's been challenging for a lot of organizations. So it's that stoic ability to just keep going, and not accepting anything but moving forwards. And I think that's the most important thing I would share with any organizational leader.
Wow, that is a golden nugget. That is like such a truth that you just said, especially for like business owners. And yeah, just you get knocked down, you get up again, just like the famous Chumbawamba song.
Always.
Um, hmm. Third question is, what is a book or could be a piece of content, a podcast that you've taken in most recently?
I love um, I love reading books, and I think that the most important book that I've read in the past, for me personally, in the past sort of 10 years, has been Blue Ocean, which is basically a book about product, about getting product right in a way that isn't always obvious. And I think that for me and for many CEOs that have product companies, it's or software companies, it can be really challenging to get your product market fit right, and then understand when it's slipping, and making sure that you cut away all of the things that aren't valuable and concentrate all of your efforts and energies uh, on the things that you've identified that the high value items. And I think it was a great book, quite a technical book actually, but for me, I mean, there's so many great books out there, but for me personally, being a product person, I think that is the one book, Blue Ocean. I think it's fantastic.
That sounds like an incredible book and so helpful.
Yeah.
So the final question is now just think about like a challenge you're maybe facing in business right now. If you could wave a magic wand and overnight rapidly improve one aspect of your business, what would it be?
Well, that's easy. Go to market. I mean, I think every software company at our stage, which is we're at late seed stage, is now orientating themselves to Series A, and that means that we have to nail our scalability around go to market and consistency around go to market. So if I could wave a magic wand, Kay, it would be optimize our go to market, which would ease our oil our path through to Series A.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Mark. Before we get into our final question for today, how can people find you?
Wow. Well, you could come to my local pub down the road, but failing that, you can find me on LinkedIn. There's only a couple of us, but I think it's on LinkedIn. If you just type my name in, you should be able to find me, connect with me. More than happy to chat, all things business and software. Easy to find. Or you can go to markseamann.com, which is my kind of personal website. Or, of course, you can find me at our company, staffcircle.com.
Thank you for sharing that, Mark. And the final question for today, what is most inspiring to you today?
I think the most inspiring thing for me right now is people coming through adversity to achieve great things. And I've seen a number of instances of this recently, but I think, and I'm not going to name specific people, but there are a number of entrepreneurs that I've met and come across in media that have come through absolutely astonishing levels of adversity, and just driven through that and never given up and become incredibly successful. And I think the reason they're so important, those the people that do get through, it gives so much hope and inspiration to others that are going through adversity. And I think, I found it tough in business, but I didn't go through anything, I didn't go through adversity. And when I see other people that have gone through adversity in life and had real tough knockbacks, but still become incredibly successful, I think that just blows me away. Take my hat off to those people because they inspire others that are going through difficult times as well.
Definitely. Well, thank you for sharing that. That was very inspiring. And again, thank you for being on the show today. It was a great conversation.
Really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Kay.